It's really a great time to buy a house. And I feel guilty saying that is the problem. I'm out with a buyer today, and it's in the middle of this COVID-19 quarantine, and real estate is considered an essential business. So we can be out showing properties. And I even called a PR guy and asked him, how do I tell people that this is a really good time to purchase a property in the midst of all the stress and anxiety that's going on right now? And so I want to express that I understand the concern people have about being out and about and what they're trying to do as far as being safe. At the same time, there are these statistics and these facts about the market that are pointing to an opportunity, and I even hate using that word, but a blend, a situation, whatever you want to call it, for buyers that will dissipate once this blows over. That's what I'm trying to express, and I wanted to show you some information here real quick on should you buy a house now in the midst of the quarantine when you're allowed to go out and do that. And the reason I want you to understand what's happening is because for many people in the Northern Virginia, the DC, the Maryland area around DC, you've been blocked out of this market. If you didn't have a lot of money, if you were not able to push up your price, what we call escalate your price against the competition, you were never going to buy a house in this market, even if it was a condo. You know, you're maxed out on what you can get. You can only get $300,000. You don't have the cash to move it up. You're doing an FHA loan. All you have is 3.5%. You can't compete against the guy that's got 10%. He's going to beat you out every single time. So you're sitting on the sidelines thinking, well, I'll just wait. I'll wait till it turns into a buyer's market, which there was no sign it was ever going to turn into a buyer's market. So the prices keep moving up. Your income's not moving up at the same level. So you're waiting for a buyer's market. In the midst of what's just happened with the quarantine and the COVID outbreak, in Northern Virginia, DC, Maryland area, we have now gone into a buyer's market, albeit most likely it's temporary, maybe 60, 90 days. What's happened is the listings are coming on slower and the buyers are taking a time out. Except for the buyers who they know they have a good job or they're self-employed and they're not affected by the shutdown. Their money is not in the stock market. It's somewhere in a bank account or a money market they can get access to, and they feel confident about their job. And so with those put together, you know that as a buyer, you can move forward and you have the low interest rates that are going on. So let's talk about what a buyer's market is and how you can take advantage in any buyer's market. But at this juncture right now, we have about a 60-day window, I think, 60-day window of a buyer's market in the DC area, which we have not seen for almost a decade. So buyer's market is a high level of homes on the market. We don't have a really high level of homes, and what happens is we have fewer buyers making offers. The number of buyers making an offer the first month of April last year compared to this year is down 39%. 40% of the buyers have decided to check out. So as a buyer that's been trying to purchase, or you're renting and you're putting out, $2,000, $2,500, $3,000 a month, you may now have a window of time that you can go in with these low interest rates and not have to compete. And so therefore you're now in the market. Where we've been is historically a seller market. You didn't have a lot of cash, you didn't have a house. And the competition was very, very fierce. We've got this pause that started in March. We don't know how long, and the buyers are taking a time out, like I said. So what's happening is the number of houses on the market keeps growing. Not a lot, but when the market has been going 100 miles an hour and it slows down to 70, it can seem like it's really taking a break. So this is from the local MLS here, showing you that the number of houses being added to the market in Virginia are outpacing last year. And so that's the orange line. You can see that. And the number of buyers writing offers is also dropping. And that's the what I just mentioned a moment ago. The contracts written have dropped 39%. So what do you have? You have a buyer moment is what I would call that. And this is a moment in time where I have a property, or there are properties I can go see. I'm not being pushed out of the way because of all these other people that are coming during the open houses. We can't have open houses right now. That's part of the shutdown. You can only go by appointment. We can only go and see them one buyer at a time. I can't have more than 3 people or 2 people with me. There's only 3 of us allowed to go in there. We're putting on gloves. We're putting on masks. We're making sure we're protecting everyone. So because of that, it's giving you a time to not have to compete. This shows you the interest rates. I just looked at today. Freddie Mac does this on a monthly or weekly basis. What I was looking at today is with a point that you pay, and we can explain what a point is. It's 1% of your mortgage amount. With a point, you can have a mortgage rate at 3% for a 30-year fixed. That is artificial. It's not going to stay with us a long time. And the buyer I was talking with today, she said, this is my concern, is that I'm not going to be able to have these interest rates once this turns back to normal. She's self-employed, has her own company. It's an import-export business. And she makes a good enough money to where she can go purchase a property. We're looking at houses today, and there's no one coming in behind us. There's no one running in front of us like it normally is. As you can see for this is like a 30-year, 40-year chart here showing you where interest rates were, just to show you that we are at the historic lows. And that's your best friend in this marketplace, is what's going on. So I want to show you what this means if you're buying a $400,000 house. There's a loans where you can put 3% down. I'm just making an assumption here, 3% down. Your mortgage is $388, and your taxes and insurance are about $400 a month. This shows your percentage, your monthly payment based on the interest rate. So on the bottom, if the interest rates were going up, this is what you'd pay for that price of house. What you're looking at right there. Now, if you had private mortgage insurance, it'd be $100, $150 more per month. But roughly, this is the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance on this price property. So as you can see, we're down at 3.25, down at 3%. So at 3%, it'd be even less than $2,089. It'd probably be under $2,000 for this $400,000 house. Because really, what you're buying as a purchaser, especially first time and second time, you're purchasing your monthly payment. You're not really purchasing the price of the house. But when you have houses that are sitting on the market now, and the sellers still need to sell, there's over 4,000 houses on the market right now in Northern Virginia. About 800 of them have taken them off. But the overwhelming majority of the houses that were on the market early March are still on the market now. The buyers are what's dropped off. But the sellers still have a goal. They still got to sell it. They still got to move out of town. They still have another house they got to buy. They're wanting to take advantage of this opportunity or this buyer time as well. Just showing you what a $500,000 house would run you at 3% down with those rates there. You're renting at $2,500, $3,000 a month. This is the type house that you can be purchasing in our area. Now, obviously, keep in mind that other costs may affect your payment. There's something called private mortgage insurance. If your credit rating is not as strong, you're going to have to pay a higher interest rate. And that's why I'm showing the various interest rates that you may have to pay. But right now, they're starting at 3, 3.125, 3.25. And then if your credit is a little bit damaged, that would be something that you need to take a look at with your lender and what you need to do. But we've got about a 60-day window here through May that I think purchasers, renters who've been wanting to take advantage or been sitting off on the side of the market, this might be the time. If you have a good job, if you've got money in the bank and it's not in the stock market, and you feel confident that this is going to continue for you, there's a pause here. You might even be able to offer less than the asking price. You may be able to get seller costs, a seller paying for your closing costs. There's a lot of opportunities here. Let's begin a discussion. That's all I want to do. And I just want to get this message out there because I think that what is out there right now is a moment in time for buyers to take advantage, not that they're taking advantage of someone, but taking advantage of the situation for yourself. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, you can go below. I can send you this presentation with all the slides in a PDF format. Just fill out the information below on my website, and I'll be happy to send it to you. I'm Anthony Carr, RE/MAX West End in Virginia. I served Maryland, D.C., Virginia, have for a long time, and I just thank you for watching my video. Thank you. Have a good day.